solve another Leetcode problem, 1079 letter tile possibilities. So we are having n tiles, and n tiles, for each of the tile we're going to have a letter. So for example, we're going to have A, B, C, and we're going to return the number of possible non-empty sequences of letters we can make using the letters printed on those tiles. So for the ABC, we're going to have 8 different combinations, and definitely there's no empty string, and we should be careful about it. And for this one, it's going to be 188, and if there's only one letter, for example, it is V, so we have only one combination, so we're going to return 1. So for such kind of problem, normally we're going to count how many different kind of combinations, and we have to check the length of the tiles array, so it is a 7. So if it is 7 or 15 or less than 20, maybe we're going to think about the backtracking to solve the problem, because backtracking is basically like a brute force to solve the problem. Yeah. But before that, let's just check the basic patterns of backtracking. So for me, I find there are going to be 3 different kind of patterns of backtracking. So the first one is select or not. Basically, it is like a 0-1 knapsack problem. It means for each of the time we're gonna select it, and we have 2 decisions. We can select it, and we will not select it. And the second pattern gonna be a little bit harder. It's gonna be the enumeration or cut. Basically, we're gonna use a for loop, or we're gonna cut between the for loop to solve the problem. Yeah. And the third one gonna be the games. So the backtracking games are gonna be much harder, because we have to find the pattern. So for example, there are n queues or Sudoku solver or 24 games. So we have to know what is the pattern of the game. Yeah. So the easiest one going to be select or not. And for this problem, we're going to use the select or not idea to solve the problem. Yeah. Now let's just understand this problem. Try to understand it. So we have like letters like A, B, C, and we have the different lengths. And for the length, we can have the length 3, and we also have the length of 2, and we also have the length of 1. So for such kind of a problem, actually, we're gonna enumerate how many different cases of this ABC. So we can have this kind of AAB, or we can have this kind of ABA. Yeah, we just check the longest distance 3, or we have the kind of B, A. Yeah. First of all, we got to enumerate all the different combinations. So we have AAB, ABA, or we have a BAA. So we have 3 different kind of combinations. And after that, we just use a backtracking to solve the problem. So for each of the backtracking, we have 2 decisions. So for example, we check this one. We can choose this character, or we cannot choose it. And for the second one, we can decide, will we choose it or will we not? And for the third time, will we choose it or will we not? So after finishing each of the steps, we just need to put the final string inside a set, and finally we just need to return the length of the set. Yeah, so this is gonna be the basic idea to solve the problem. Yeah. Now let's just use this idea to solve it. I'm gonna prepare a backtracking, and this backtracking gonna be starting from I. So let me first write the backtracking. So yeah, let me just prepare others before writing it. Otherwise, we will not understand what is the meaning of this backtracking. So I'm gonna check all the permutations of these tiles. So for perm in permutation, so in Python we can directly use it. So permutations of these tiles. And let me just update this perm. So I'm going to update it to a string. Currently it is inside a tuple. So I'm going to draw the tuple to make it a string. So empty.draw with this perm. Yeah. And then I'm going to call the backtracking function. And inside I'm going to start from index 0, and I'm going to prepare an empty string inside. Yeah. Now the I with a result. Yeah. And I need to check this I. So if this is the backtracking for each of the perm. So this is basically a string like AAB. So if I equal to n, I want to put it inside a set. So I'm going to use a count as a set. So count going to add the result, and I'm going to have a return. Now I have 2 decisions. I have the backtracking to the next one. I have two decisions. I can choose it or I will not. First of all, I will not select it, and secondly, I will select it. So for the next letter, and for I will go to the next character, and for the current character, I'm gonna select it. So this means the result gonna plus this perm, it's gonna be a string perm I. Yeah. So this is gonna be the backtracking, and from here I want to prepare a code as a set. Yeah. Now I want to put everything inside the set, and after code backtracking, I want to return the length of the code. Yeah, so this is going to be the basic idea to solve the problem. So first of all, this is the permutation, and then I'm going to turn the permutation to a string. So the string is going to be something like AAB, and then I'm going to call the backtracking. So for this backtracking, actually, I'm just checking this perm. Yeah, this is my perm. Basically, it is a string for me to check. Yeah. Or if you don't like it, let's just use a string, maybe. Yeah, let's just use a string. So we're going to turn this to a string, and then we're going to call backtracking for this string, and we're going to check how many different combinations, and we're going to put it inside a set. And then we just check the length of the set. Yeah, so this is the basic idea. Now let me just run it. This n, let me prepare this n. So the n is going to be the length of s. What is the rule? Yeah, because I forget to minus the empty string, because according to our backtracking idea, I put an empty string inside the set. So this is why after that we have to minus the empty string. So this is a -1. Now as you can see, it works. Now let me just submit it. Yeah, as you can see, it passed, but the speed is not so fast, but it is still okay, because basically the backtracking is going to be a little bit slower than you expected. And also for me, I used a set. Yeah, it isn't like more than 1 second. We can reduce some time, but this is a brute force to solve the problem. Maybe we can reduce some time from here, but I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I think this gonna still be okay. Maybe we're gonna use a set to reduce some duplicate, but the basic idea is just the backtracking for this problem. And basically, this is just a brute force solution. Thank you for watching. See you next time.